Hello YouTube, my name is Nero and today some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and something amazing has happened, something that people have been asking for a long time has finally happened, or at least it's going to be happening in the very near future. Treyarch is giving us a double Cryptokey and double Liquid Divinium weekend. Now this is going to be starting on Friday, April 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific and is going to be ending on Monday, April 11th, once again at 10 a.m. Pacific. This is something that people have been asking for a very long time. Ever since they implemented the idea of supply drop weapons into the game, people have been wanting either a way to earn the weapons in game, some challenges they can maybe complete, or to earn more crypto keys, or just to increase the drop rate on them. Anything really, just make it so we have a better chance of getting these weapons. And of course, earning twice as many crypto keys over the course of the weekend is definitely going to be helping out. And for you zombies guys, we also have Liquid Divinium, so more awesome Gobblegum pieces for you guys as well. I'm not much of a zombie guy personally. I'm definitely a lot more on the multiplayer side, but still, it's awesome that the zombies community is always involved in one way or another. If we have a double XP weekend, we also have double zombies XP. If we have double crypto key weekend, we also have double Liquid Divinium weekend. I think it's really good that Treyarch is actually thinking about all sides of the community in that respect. So I'm definitely excited for this. Now, I'm actually somebody who has been saving his crypto keys for the course of like the past 2 weeks or something along those lines. So if you guys didn't catch it, I made a video, again, about 2 weeks ago, about the idea of the arms dealer. This was quote-unquote leaked to us, and I say quote-unquote leaked because who knows what's ever actually going to come to the game. But somebody said that there is code in the PC version of Black Ops 3 which says that there's going to be an arms dealer coming to the game at some point. Now, if you guys want to check out my video on that, you guys can click the annotation on your screen. It's going to open the video up for you in a brand new tab, or you can click the link to it down there at the bottom of the video description. Either or, just check out that video if you guys haven't already. But in short, to kind of summarize that video for you guys, the arms dealer is going to be similar to the bribe system that we had in Black Ops 3 previously. If you guys recall, you could have this bribe option, I suppose, in the black market, and I forget what you paid. It was X amount of crypto keys and X amount of COD points, and you are guaranteed a piece of specialist gear. It's going to be something along those lines, but this arms dealer is going to guarantee you a weapon. It was actually ridiculously expensive. Now, it could change if it actually does come to the game, but where it showed up in the code was 1,000 COD points or 150 crypto keys to essentially get this crate. And then you open up this crate, and it's going to have one weapon in there. That weapon could be a melee weapon, it could be an actual gun, it could be a repeat of something you already have. Who knows? That's the risk. That's the give and take, I suppose, of it. And it still seems better than the current system, believe it or not, as awful as that sounds. But yeah, I was hoping that was actually going to come to the game. It's been about 2 weeks since that leak happened, and we haven't seen anything yet, although I still remain optimistic that it may come in the future, perhaps after this double crypto key weekend. And so I've been saving my COD points. And another reason I'm actually saving my COD points is I feel as though I'm not going to be getting anything great anyway if I spend my COD points as I get them. The idea is I don't feel as though the HG40 or the RSA interdiction are going to be the last actual weapons to come to the game, as well as the melee weapons. What were they? The carve, the malice, and the bat? Did I get all that right off of memory? Because I hope I did. Those were like the last weapons that were added into Black Ops 3, and I don't feel as though they're going to be the final ones. I feel as though we're going to be getting another set of supply drop weapons in the future, and when those come out, I'm going to have a bunch of crypto keys already saved up, and I'm going to be able to purchase my supply drops with crypto keys, which is obviously better than purchasing COD points. And here's the thing, I have a couple of things I want to note here towards the end of the video. One, I want to touch on the idea of the hashtag Black Market Blackout, but two, I want to talk about a little bit more about the idea, and I always say I'm not going to talk about supply drops more, but it's just there's so much to talk about when it comes to that topic. But we never actually have good chances of getting weapons, right? You may think in theory, and I actually thought this until I thought it through a little bit more, when you save up your COD points and you decide, okay, I'm just going to wait for the next set of weapons to come out, and I'm going to have an even higher chance of getting a weapon out of a supply drop, that's really not the case, because every time they add in new weapons to supply drops, they also add in a bunch of new calling cards, or reticles, or specialist gear, and stuff like that. So even though they continue to add weapons into supply drops, your chances of actually getting a weapon are not going up, right? If they were to just leave the original loophole there and then just only add in weapons, then your chances of getting a weapon would go up and up and up. But they don't do that. Every time they add in new weapons, they also add in a bunch of other stuff, which is going to keep your chance of actually getting a weapon pretty low, which is a pretty bad system, all things considered. It's a terrible system they have for us so far in Black Ops 3. It's really disappointing. And then you have the idea of the Black Market Blackout. And this is something I debate on even touching on, because I think it's a flawed system inherently, but at the same time, it's also kind of a good one. In principle, it's a very good idea. So what the idea of the Black Market Blackout is, and I don't claim to know too much about it. I don't know where it started or exactly how long it's supposed to be going. Like, I've heard people tell me that it's going to be indefinite, like you're not supposed to purchase supply drops ever, or I've also heard people say it's going to be for a set amount of time, like 1 month or 2 months, something along those lines. I don't know. I just know this. The idea of the black market blackout is YouTubers, COD fans, everyone alike, we should all agree collectively to not purchase supply drops here in Black Ops 3 with COD points anymore. The idea is Treyarch is going to end up losing a bunch of money, and then they're going to try to change the system, either to increase the weapon drop chance, or make it so weapons are directly purchasable, or just do something to improve the system that we just discussed is a very bad system, which sounds good in theory, but the way it's being executed is very lynch mobby in my own personal opinion. Like, there's YouTubers out there. I don't want to call out names. I've never been like a name call out kind of a guy. It doesn't seem very classy in my opinion, but there are YouTubers out there who are saying, hey, you tell me if anyone's purchasing COD points. I'm going to call them out publicly as a traitor to the COD community. I'm just sitting there thinking like, relax there, Mein Fuhrer. It's going to be okay. I promise. It's so odd. Like this whole lynch mob mentality they have behind it. So I don't necessarily agree with that, but I agree with the idea in principle, which is how a lot of these things go anyway. It usually starts out with a nugget of a good idea, then it's usually poorly executed, and that's kind of what we have happening right now. Again, I'm not a big fan of the lynch mob mentality. I'm really not. I feel as though if we're going to make any big changes, we need to do it kind of respectfully to Treyarch. But then again, like people like me have been making videos for like over the course of 4 months now, or 3 or 4 months, I think, talking about supply drops ever since they were implemented, about how it's bad to have weapons and supply drops, how it's bad for the consumer at the end of the day, and just I made tons of videos about that. And now more recently, bigger YouTubers are starting to do it. Now it's the popular thing to do. And again, I don't want to call it names, I feel as though that's in poor taste, but there's a lot of like big YouTubers out there, guys that have a much bigger voice than me, who just like within the last week or two are finally deciding to start talking about supply drops because that's like the thing everyone's talking about. That's all Reddit's talking about, and they're like being heralded as heroes. Whereas I was making videos about it 3 months ago and nobody was batting an eye. It's definitely a weird community that we're in. It's really all about who has the loudest voice and who can make the most noise. And since I've never been that guy, I guess my message doesn't really get out there too much. So I will be participating in the black market blackout. If that's what you guys are wondering, I'm going to participate, and what that means is I'm not going to be purchasing supply drops. Now again, I like the idea, although I don't like the execution. If you guys would like to purchase supply drops with COD points, go for it. It's your money, right? Free country at the end of the day. Do what you want with your hard-earned money. That's perfectly fine. But for me personally, I'm not going to be purchasing it because I would like to see a change of some sort happen, and I don't know if this is actually going to cause that change. I have no idea, but I'm going to participate regardless. Now what that means is there's going to be no supply drop openings here on my YouTube channel. There's also going to be no supply drop weapon videos unless I get lucky enough to actually get those weapons with my Cryptokeys, which once again I'm saving up. I'm probably going to end up spending them on either an arms dealer if that actually comes to the game, or the next time actual weapons get added into the supply drop loot pool. Because I can, once again, going back to it, I feel as though the HG40 and the RSA interdictions and the 3 melee weapons, I don't feel as though those are like the last weapons we're going to be getting in supply drops. I feel as though there's going to be more. So when the next ones come out, that's when I'm going to spend all my crypto keys I'm saving up. And hopefully I earn a ton of them this weekend with double crypto key weekend. I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, those are my thoughts on the idea of the black market blackout. Great idea, being poorly executed, as well as I really like the idea of double crypto key weekend. And hopefully in the future, we can actually change the system, I suppose, in regards to supply drop weapons in Black Ops 3. And those are my thoughts, and I hope you guys all enjoyed them. And once again, I just want to make a short little video, although it turned out to be not so short. I let you guys know that double crypto key weekend, as was double liquid Divinium weekend, starting on Friday, April 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific, going until Monday, April 11th, once again at 10 a.m. Pacific. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Please drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.